What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good night. So we're back here looking at the FCX24 Blazer again and the Power Wagon. This one has gotten a lot of use. It was my first crawler, so as I was building my course, it was always the go-to test vehicle. This one I just got to kind of have some competition. They're both pretty much stock, other than a little bit of brass weight up front, Injora tires, Injora wheels, and then this one's got some fun accessories on it. But other than that, they're pretty stock. We were driving, me and some friends and the wife. Rosie was driving the Blazer, and the motor just gave out. And kind of sucked because she doesn't drive very often, and she felt bad when the motor just gave out on her. But, it wasn't her fault. Stuff happens. So got this Injora 48 turn 180 motor as a replacement. It was only $12 on Amazon, and it showed up in 2 days. That's one thing I really love about the microcrawler hobby is everything's so cheap. These cars were $150. Paid $120 for this one. They're even less now. You can get the brushless one for a little over $150 now. So it's a super affordable hobby for the average person. And compared to like my arm ascent in there, almost every time I take it out, I break something, and it might just be $5. But sometimes it's 20. Last time I cracked the chassis and thought I busted the ESC. Turns out, after unplugging it and plugging it back in a couple times, ESC was still okay. That would have been like $109 to replace that, which is, an expensive hobby. And all I was doing donuts in the driveway and spun out and do a fence post. These guys I finally burned up the motor after hours of driving, and it was $12. And I mean, just the battery life. You get one little $10 2S battery that fits in one of these guys will give you a good half an hour, whereas the expensive big 3S batteries or something like that they don't always last that long, especially if you're driving fast. You just burn right through them. So these things are just a great bang for your buck, and they're so much fun. And after I install this motor, we'll give it a test drive. Can do a little side-by-side comparison to pretty much the same car here. Same electronics anyways. Just the only difference is really the body and slightly different wheels and tires, but they're not that different. They just look different. And then after that, we can possibly try some upgrades. We got steel drive shafts, aluminum steering links, some different springs to test on the shocks, as well as some new shocks, and then a little aluminum servo horn. This is like $1.50 on AliExpress. So when I'm talking about like budget upgrades and just like a affordable hobby, I'll get into another build. I built a Ostar, I don't know how you say it, AX8560, and completely customized it. And I used the cheapest parts I could find and turned a $75 car into a really cool custom thing with only another $50 or so in additional parts. So, oh yeah, I also got some silicone inserts to try out. So let's get this bad boy on the workbench. Okay. Oh yeah. So in case y'all are wondering, I don't have a weird stance on this or anything. My body just not clipped on. So unclip your lights, and then one little trick I used to confirm that it was a bad motor and not some other electronics problem was I just unplugged this guy and then pulled the body off of here, did the same thing, and then plugged this motor into this spot while they were next to each other. And then when you pull the trigger, the wheels on this thing spun, so I knew it was just the motor here, not some other electric problem. So let's get to taking this apart. To get to the motor, you got to take off this whole transmission here. I've never done this before, but how hard can it be? It's the wrong size. Okay. It is the 1.5 mil. And if you haven't picked up one of these things, these Injora screwdrivers are awesome if you're going to be doing lots of mods. Even just putting together some beadlock tires takes forever with a little hand Allen wrench sometimes, depending on. So you gotta get those loose there. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, and then there's this transmission thing. So you just gotta unhook it from there. All right. So we take this off to access the screws here. I'm gonna clean this off a little bit so dirt doesn't get down in there. One second. All right, so we're a little cleaned up there. I'm just gonna pop these guys off. Be careful of that gear. Don't lose anything. Don't get anything dirty. All right, so on the other side of this grease here, there's a hex screw. There we go. So the teeth, see there's little grooves. The teeth fit perfectly through there. I got lucky and it pulled right out. Might be a little bit harder to push the other one through. Let's see. Open this guy up. So it comes with new screws. I think I'm going to use the existing screws. Caution, hot. All right. See the 180 48T reverse rotation. Okay. So now, oh wait, which way does it go? I guess it doesn't matter. The Injora branding facing outward. See, here you go. This is not wanting to fit right in there perfectly. Oh, there it goes. Okay. You got it in there. Okay, now screw. That old screw is already in place. This is the other screw from here. Oh, this thing can spin a little fast, so sometimes it's good to loosen up at the end and then just tighten it by hand. All right, so that's all together. Put this back on. Make sure it goes into that hole. There's a hole in that gear. This pin needs to sit in. And then kind of gotta, once it's in place, you kind of gotta rotate it underneath this little thing here, this little flap. All together good. So yeah, eased up at the end there and tighten it by hand so it doesn't go spinning out of control. Even when you tighten up the last little bit by hand, this thing still saves you so much time. For 30 bucks, it's definitely the most useful tool in your toolbox for little RC cars. Okay, so the transmission is back together with the motor installed. Pretty purple motor. Now let's put it back on here. Also gonna clean this out a little bit. Now can try to hoop this onto this as I put this down in there. So that's going to be the tricky part, I think. So I guess I should want to get the drive shaft lined up before I get down in there, maybe. Make sure they're synced up. Looks right. Yep, okay. Go back now. I don't even know. I might need to do this again if they come out. But, you know, I'll do this after. Okay. Let's worry about this guy first. Am I in the right position? I don't know. Let's just see it. Get it in there first. Dang, this is a little tricky. Okay. Go down like this. Oh, there we go. Oh no, I'm caught on the drive shaft. Hold on. Gotta rotate it. Come on. Rotate it sideways completely. Get the drive shaft underneath. Ah, there we go. Okay, I think it's in there. Oh, the drive shaft sideways though. Get in the way. Okay, I think I got it. Now I can get the drive shafts in place. Before I tighten that screw up. Otherwise I'd have to disconnect my shocks or something to get these in place. Oh, no, that's out of sync. Hold on. Those aren't lined up. Wait, no, yeah, they are. No, it's good. I'm being silly. Oh no. See, the drive shaft is sticking out. There we go. Okay. And the transmission switch rod is still connected in there, that little silver bar. I just need to get these connected. I'm trying to hold the transmission transmission in place while I grab these. This would be a little bit easier if it was laying flat, but I want you guys to see it good. Oh, I think it would be. Oh, I need to pull the shocks up and push the transmission down. Come on. Come on. Oh, this is normally so easy. Got camera fright or something here. Just lined up. Yes. All right. Drive shaft on. Transmission. Okay. Let's see. Drive shafts are connected. That little transmission bar is still connected. Drive shafts are connected. That little transmission pin for shifting gears to the servo is still connected. So now I'm just going to put these screws in and we should be done. All right. Now I just need to plug this bad boy in. Boom. All right. Snap that in there. Listen to that little motor rip. That's on high gear. Oh. Neutral. Even on low gear, he's got some pretty good speed to him. Okay, so we got the stock motor on the right here. And the new 48 turn motor on the left here. Okay, we'll start out with a little drag race on the carpet for maximum traction. On the left here, the new motor and stock. Other than that, they're the same. Wow, okay. They're both pretty fast, but I think the new one's a little faster. Let's see. All right, now coming back. All right, same thing again, but in low gear. So close, actually. And coming back. Dude, pretty neck and neck. All right, so this is what we're going to do to compare the power. So I tied ropes to the front bumpers because the Power Wagon doesn't have a rear bumper. So let's see what happens. I'm going to put these guys both in reverse. Start out kind of slow. Try to give them about the same amount of throttle. Oh, whoa. All right, let's see what happens. All right, try this again. This time I tied the ropes around the rear axle like so. So we're not getting some weird nose wheelie things going on. All right, let's try this. And I'll give the Power Wagon a hint of a head start again. Wow. All right. I think that concludes our testing, maybe? Or should I? I'll do one more. All right. Let's do this one more time. And let's hope we don't break anything. So I didn't install all the mods that I got. If you can see, I did install the new aluminum servo horn and steering links. Everything fit pretty good. The servo horn there does have to remove the little servo saver thing, and you have to have an extra little screw or bolt, but no big deal.
So this Injora 180 motor is definitely a bit of an upgrade compared to the stock motor. For $12, it is a great replacement for the motor that was there that blew up. But, you know, if you don't already have brass and decent tires, you know, I'd be putting my $12 towards that first. I don't know if I just want to prioritize that as an upgrade, but it's definitely much smoother of a slow crawl in low gear than the stock motor. You know, when you hit a steeper incline or get caught on a rock, it'll just kind of pull over it a little bit more consistently and smoothly than the stock motor, but it's not a huge noticeable capability change. Like, you're not going to get up new rocks that you weren't going to get up to with the stock motor. So there's that. Like I said, I'd be spending my money on other upgrades probably first, but if you blow up a motor, it's awesome. Definitely rips a bit faster in high gear too. So anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Peace.